The time is 3 minutes past 6. Good evening and welcome to the News Express. I am Jennifer Ogugo and presenting the news with me this evening is
Blessing Eme Ewona.
the headlines. Court revokes 2 million naira fine on immigration's legal advisor over orderly seized passports.
Federal government school feeding suffers setback as pupils wait in vain for vendors.
Kidnapped Jonathan's cousin regains freedom.
Mobile subscribers affected as NIMC portal is temporarily unavailable.
Morocco reopens airspace after 2 months COVID-19 shutdown.
Plus, Dakar explodes with joy as Senegal crowned African champions.
Always log on to www.ozisaradio.com to listen to the news live in any part of the world. 19 residents of Owerri, the Imo State capital, were on Thursday, February 3, 2022, convicted by a mobile court for dumping waste at unauthorized places and also for scavenging of waste bins. The 19 who pleaded guilty during the trial were among 21 persons arrested during a midnight raid carried out by officials of the Imo State Orientation Agency in collaboration with personnel of the Nigerian Police and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. Handing over the sentences, which ranged from fines to compulsory community service, the presiding magistrate, Mr. Obinna Njemanze, said the 19 convicts contravened Section 26, subsection C of the Imo State Waste Management Law number 5 of 2020. He, however, discharged 2 of the suspects for want of evidence. Speaking with reporters after the court session, the Director General of the Imo State Orientation Agency, Chief Ethelbert Okere, said the exercise is a continuous one as the state government is now determined to stamp out the menace of indiscriminate dumping of refuse.
A federal high court in Abuja today revoked the 2 million fine imposed on the legal advisor of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Jimo Abdul Qadir Adamu, over alleged disobedience to an order of the court. Justice Ian Eden Eko reversed the order following detailed explanations that the seized passport of the former River State Governor, Dr. Peter Odili, has been returned to the owner since 20th December 2021. Justice Eko discharged the penalty order made on December 21st, 2021, having been convinced that the penalty order ought not to have been made. The judge was told that Odili's lawyer, Chief Ifedayo Adedipe San, misled the court into imposing the fine by holding information regarding the release of the passports.
The federal government school feeding program is collapsing, with food vendors no more turning up in schools. Reports reveal that in Benue, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Ogun, Enugu, Bauchi, and Kano states showed that vendors had stopped providing food in the schools because of non-payment of their funds. In some states, teachers and pupils revealed that when the program was in operation, it was epileptic, with few of the school children getting food when the vendors turned up. Visitation to some schools in Makurdi, the Benue State capital city, gathered that since the beginning of second term in January, the program had not resumed.
Moving on, terrorists on Sunday night attacked Ikulufari, a Catholic parish located in Chawai in Kaura local government area of Kaduna State. The terrorists kidnapped the parish priest, Reverend Father Joseph Shekari, and killed the cook working in the parish house, who is a student of government secondary school, Kizakoro, in the chiefdom. The cook was killed when the murderers stormed the place at 11:30 p.m. on Sunday. The paramount chief of the Chawai chiefdom, Yahya Mohammed, confirmed the incident to newsmen today. Also, an eyewitness, Johanna Madaki, who described the incident as very devastating, said the abductors also went away with 2 million cash that was realized from a Thanksgiving service and other valuables.
And to other news, the kidnapped cousin of former President Goodluck Jonathan, Jephthah Robert, has been released by his captors after spending 14 days in their custody. Jephthah was kidnapped on January 24 in front of his residence at Bayobolo, a suburb of Yenagoa, the state capital. Austin Ekende, a media aide to the victim's younger brother, Azibaola Robert, confirmed his release in a text statement today.
Ondo State Police Command detectives have arrested a middle-aged woman in Akure, the state capital, for allegedly inflicting deep cuts on a 7-year-old child. The victim, whose name was unknown at the time of this report, was allegedly badly beaten by the woman who lives in the Fanibi neighborhood of Akure. The boy was said to have been accused of stealing meat from the woman's pot of soup. With the incident still being investigated, the boy was admitted for treatment at the Akure Police Hospital. According to Fumilayo Odolami, the spokesperson of the police in the state, the suspect was arrested by policemen at Fanibi Divisional Headquarters after concerned neighbors reported the case. She stated that the suspect, who is currently being held at the Fanibi police station, will be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department in Akure for further investigation. When contacted, CSP Femi Joseph, the divisional police officer in charge of the Fanibi police station, confirmed the incident had been reported and that an investigation was underway.
And to the business scene, thousands of telecommunications subscribers nationwide seeking to retrieve their lost subscriber identity module cards or acquire new lines temporarily have been left stranded following a technical glitch in the National Identity Management Commission portal that has grounded SIM-related services. The affected NIMC portal enables telecom firms, the Nigerian Immigration Service, banks and other organizations to verify the national identity number of their customers before attending to them, in line with the federal government's directive. Following the directive by the Nigerian Communications Commission for the inclusion of NIN in the requirements for all new and existing SIM cards, telecom firms are required to synchronize their SIM registration portals with the NIMC portal in order to verify the details of their subscribers. However, the downtime experienced over the past 5 days by the NIMC portal has made it almost impossible for telecom firms to sell new SIM cards or retrieve lost lines.
And now to the foreign scene. Morocco reopened its airspace today in a bid to breathe life into its crisis-hit tourism sector 2 months after it cancelled commercial flights over coronavirus fears. The North African kingdom's latest move was welcomed by tourism businesses who have suffered 2 lost years due to the pandemic, as well as by Moroccans stranded abroad. Reports confirm that passengers heading to the kingdom will still need to show proof of vaccination against the COVID-19 illness and the negative PCR test within the past 48 hours. On arrival, they will undergo further rapid tests and some will be chosen at random for further PCR tests. It also warned tourists of the possibility of an additional test at their hotel or place of residence 48 hours after their entry into the country, with positive cases obliged to self-isolate. Morocco's vital tourism sector has been battered by the pandemic and the ensuing travel restrictions, with a 71% drop in arrivals in 2021 compared to 2019 and some 8 billion euros in losses.
And lastly, from the exciting world of sports, Dakar exploded with joy at the final whistle as Sadio Mane's Senegal beat Mohamed Salah's Egypt for their first ever African Cup of Nations crown. Saul declared today a national holiday to celebrate the brilliant victory. The president, who had been due to visit Comoros at the end of a trip that took in Egypt and Ethiopia, also cancelled the last leg in order to welcome the triumphant Lions on their return to Dakar. Dakar erupted when Liverpool star Mane scored the decisive penalty to give Senegal the win in a shootout 4-2 after the final finished goalless at the end of extra time. Hundreds of supporters in Senegal jerseys flocked to Independence Square near the presidential palace in the heart of Dakar to celebrate. The square vibrated to the sound of car horns, vuvuzelas, whistles, and firecrackers. A festive atmosphere spread across the capital, with national flags hung from buildings, on vehicles, and sidewalks. And that ends the news. On behalf of the editor, Chinwendu Efegadi, and the production team, my colleague has been
Blessing Eme Obona.
and I am Jennifer Ongo. Good evening and thanks for listening.